Everyone knows Resident Evil. Everyone praises Silent Hill. But here's the truth. While the world keeps replaying the same big names, there's an entire graveyard of horror games that most players have completely forgotten. Games that didn't get the hype they deserved, games that dared to do something different. Games that will scare you in ways you never expected. Today, we're digging them back up. Welcome everyone, I'm Eden. You are watching Reelusion, and these are the top 10 forgotten horror game gems you need to play. Let's start with a game that became infamous, more for controversy than gameplay. Rule of Rose is psychological horror at its purest. Set in a twisted orphanage where cruelty and power games take center stage. The combat is clunky, yes, but the story? Disturbing, elegant, unforgettable. This is not a game you play for mechanics. It's a game you endure for its atmosphere. At number 9, we have Haunting Ground, PS2 2005, spiritual cousin to Clock Tower. You play as Fiona, trapped in a creepy castle, with only a white dog named Huey for survival. It's cat and mouse horror at its finest. Stalkers chase you endlessly, and your bond with Huey is literally your lifeline. Forget guns, this is pure survival instinct. Teenagers, high school, but instead of a cheesy slasher movie, Obscure delivers a surprisingly fresh co-op horror experience. This is Obscure 2004 for you at number 8. Armed with flashlights and improvised weapons, you and your friends uncover a sinister experiment at your school. Think of it as Resident Evil meets The Faculty. It's janky, it's campy, but it's also unforgettable. Japan knows horror like no one else. Siren, PS2 2003, takes a slow, suffocating approach with its sight jack mechanic, letting you see through the eyes of your enemies. But here's the twist. You're weak, powerless, and completely at the mercy of the Shibito stalking you. It's one of the most unnerving games ever made, and yet most gamers skipped it for Silent Hill. At number 6, we have Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, GameCube, 2002. A masterpiece in messing with the player's mind. The sanity meter isn't just a gimmick, it breaks the fourth wall, making you think your TV volume changed, your save file was deleted, or your controller disconnected. If you want psychological horror that literally plays you instead of the other way around, this is it. Before Resident Evil 4 revolutionized over-the-shoulder horror, there was Cold Fear. Set on a ship in the middle of a storm, it mixes claustrophobic survival horror with action. It didn't get the recognition it deserved, but if you want a mix of old-school fear with RE4-style gameplay, this is a forgotten gem. Number 4, Condemned Criminal Origins, 2005. This isn't about monsters. It's about people. Armed mostly with blunt weapons, you investigate grisly crime scenes in decaying buildings. The sound design, the brutality, and the sense of something watching you makes it one of the most terrifying urban horror experiences ever created. Number 3, Clock Tower, 1995-1996, PS1. The game that basically birthed the stalker horror subgenre. Armed with nothing but quick thinking, you're hunted by Scissorman, a relentless, horrifying enemy. Every encounter is pure panic, and you realize just how vulnerable horror can make you feel. At number 2, we have Darkwood 2017, one of my favorites. An indie gem most people overlook. Top-down perspective, but don't let that fool you. Darkwood is one of the most unsettling experiences ever created. Its world is suffocating, its NPCs are bizarre, and its choices leave lasting consequences. It's survival horror stripped down to raw dread. You want true horror? Forget guns. Forget knives. At number 1, we got Fatal Frame 2, where your only weapon is a camera. You face vengeful spirits head-on, snapping photos to trap their souls. The atmosphere is suffocating, the story is tragic, and it remains one of the scariest horror games of all time. And yet, so many players have never even touched it. So there you have it. 10 forgotten horror gems that prove the genre is so much more than just Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Which of these games have you played? And more importantly, what hidden horror gems do you recommend? Drop them in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip into the shadows, hit that like button, subscribe to Reelusion for more horror deep dives, and remember, the scariest games are the ones you almost forgot existed. Your next nightmare awaits. Ciao.